Introducing the new friend, Jeremy.
Brohead, have you seen my socks?
Jesus Christ, again with the socks. What is even with you and socks, man? It's like you must be talking upon a joint to make you stoned or something.
Ha ha ha, the sock cruise was a distraction. I had the car.
All right, I think we're there now. I'm sorry, I was muted a bit. All right, welcome everybody to Workstream 2, Episode 1. Right. Of course, we can't have Workstream 3 yet. We gotta have Episode 1 and 2 first, right? And then we'll have Workstream Alex or something. Anyway, so yeah, I don't know how long we're gonna go today. Because admittedly, we are starting at a kind of late time relatively, and I am tiniest bit under the weather, but we'll see where we end up. So yeah, unfortunately, as far as progress in the story, we haven't really gotten any farther than last time, in terms of progress, but we have made a huge upgrade to our situation, which is that I have merged all of the existing translations that were in what is it, from like the video series, so like, you know, from like episode 5 onward, and then also episode 1 patch, and also what I had done previously of episode 2 patch will now all be in there already, so I don't have to type it in all over again. We can just, you know, make edits as needed. That'll help us speed up things a lot, hopefully, and we'll be able to make a lot more progress going forward. Also, since last time, I also have done some updates to the patch itself, minor technical fixes, as well as, if you saw on Row Archives, I've actually added the name thing, the special names. So if you name your character like Konata Izumi and stuff, now it actually gives you like the special voice clip and all that, which is really cool. But yeah, I guess we'll just get started, and we'll go from there. Welcome everybody again. Great to see you all. And yeah, so we'll just, as far as the music goes, we're gonna go with Magic Knight Ray Earth, the Sega Saturn game, which is what we had been listening to at the end of the last stream. So we'll just go from there. And if you remember where we were in the story, we were at the end of the evening of the first day at school, where you're going to be introduced now to the first year students. So yeah. So let's get this going. And I'll try to avoid saying stuff like, oh, that's good, right? That's good enough, because especially now we're going to be trying to go faster. And I'm going to try to yeah, make some progress faster. So let's get where we are. We'll leave the rest for next time. Where is that in the script? So yes, I will now just be able to make my edits, right? So of course we have the ... We should probably just have that, again, usual thing, right? Okay, so 以上が今後の予定です。何か質問ありますか? I've also made sure that we can I don't know how loud it'll be for you, but I'm able to now hear the characters talking, so it'll help me if I need to assess the quality of if the voice acting, I should factor that in, right? So, okay. Let's go. Not really, but I mean, are there tons of documents? 特にないけど、Shiro 多いね. So it's like nothing in particular, so not really is fine. Shiro 多いね, but there's a lot of documents, but the ne, definitely, right? You have the man. There's like this, you know, but there sure are a lot of documents, but like, man, there are a ton of documents. Okay, it's fine. Although, wait, gotta remember. Oh wait, that's fine. Gotta remember to have your double spaces after ... but it's a new line, so all good. 机の上に山となった、was it? It's like paper stack, right? And I should have properly set it up so we had Jisho easily at hand, but that will take no time to to get going on. And also the JP text, so we're gonna want to have that be Tsukue no ue ni Yamato natta. Okay. So Gendari shita. I don't even have my Anki open, man. I'm really underprepared. Oh, Taba. So bundle. Well, not to be Captain Obvious, says Nomi, but hey, Copuel. Timote. Alright. So Taba. Taba. That's a again, need to remember to actually learn these words so I don't get slowed down in the future. Out of ideas of what to say. Well, that's fine. This is going to be a much more chill stream, even than the other ones, because I am admittedly, again, kind of tired. But I'm here to translate anyway. Umiboru says, you absolute Chad, learned about your project today. You're a kind soul, sir, doing God's work. Well, thank you. Thank you. It's a lot of work, but it's a lot of joy in doing so. And you know, we're on the what do you call it? We're on the last stretch of the big journey, right? This is the translation. We finished the video series. Now we just gotta do the patch. So it feels kind of good. Gennari, weary to be weary. Yeah, again, you think you'd know. You think I would know all these words at this point, but you know, to be worn out, and it's also like fed up with, right? They kind of associate those ideas in Japanese quite often. To be tired, to be fed up with. All right, let's go. Let's see. Okay. So yes, 机の上にヤマトになった紙束を見てげんなりした。Great, you're one of the few who pronounced my name correctly. Oh, Umiboru, yeah. Thank you. Or yeah, thanks for the it's like thank you for the compliment, yeah. Yeah. So 海の机のヤマトになった紙束を見てげんなりした。So yeah. So looking at the pile of papers, or the bundle of papers that's formed a mountain, I'm exhausted, or become exhausted, right? So just looking at the mountain of papers on top of the desk makes me exhausted. It is admittedly a bit exaggerated, but I think it's of a good nature, right? Again, we don't want to, my lessons from last time, we don't want to be questioning the translation and just changing things for the sake of it, right? We want to change actual things that make the script better, right? Or meaningfully more accurate, right? Okay, so これ全部学園祭の城? So all of this is documents for the school festival. So you know, this is so I don't have the ... represented, so maybe we want to reflect that. So keep up the good work, try not to burn myself out. Well, thank you, but yeah. Yeah, it's important to keep in mind, but don't worry guys, I'm maybe tired right now, but I'm doing good. It gives me a lot of, it's relaxing honestly to work on this. So all this, I think that's why I did it, is because like all these are documents for the school festival. Like like you wouldn't really pause in English, right? Maybe we would go, are these ... all for the school festival? Yeah, I think that's how you would do it in English, right? Are these... Do we know if cats can eat natto? I don't know if they can. Oh yeah, no problem, Simo. Or yeah, I really like that video. It's great. Patty does have lots of great lines in English, right? Are these all for the school festival? That seems like a little bit of a stilted. Like I don't know. これ全部 Yeah, I think we're gonna go with what I originally had there. Again, don't question it. Don't question good. I already spent a lot of time thinking about it, so. Yeah, let's figure the school festival. Oh, right. I don't, again, it's quiet, but it actually does play it. I did make it so that I did that. Okay. So, すみません。予定のみに、絞ったのですか? やはりそれでも, yeah. Sorry, I tried to narrow it. She doesn't say I tried to, but she says I did. I narrowed it down to only important points, right? Only the important things. But of course, even still, but you know, people say I tried, I guess, right? You know, it kind of is how you would say that in English. So we'll just go with the double space there, and we'll move on. This is perhaps a very ambitious goal, but I had in mind, like, could we get all the way to, like, end of Kagami spraining her leg scene? That might be way too far, but we'll see. Let's see, that might take way too long. Early stream today. Well, I guess it depends on your time zone, because it's not very early for me. It's like almost 8 o'clock at night. But yeah. So it's like, I mean, there is this much, right? So, I mean, that's how much there is. この10分の1ほどしか見てないような気が. So it's like I feel like I'm only seeing 1/10. Yeah, we might get Kagami and Yamato girl fight this stream, but we'll see. It is kind of a decent ways away still. So I mean, Kagami sprains her foot, yeah. So yeah, I mean, there is this much. So in Japanese they go like 10 parts 1 of 10 parts 1, right? So it's like, you know, of these 10 parts I feel like I'm only seeing 1. So yeah, but I feel like this is only about 1/10 of it is good. Didn't I give you all of the documents? Shiro watashi shimashita yo ne? Now, this is a bit more assertive, perhaps, than what I had it. It's like more like, but it's like she's saying I did give you all the documents, right? Like, you know, as you know, if it is like being a question, right? Kagami and Yamato girl fight? I mean, we're how much are we missing out? Well, it's like the scene after this, or the scene after the scene after this scene. 2 scenes from now. So yeah, I guess like didn't give you all the documents. That's fine. Don't want to strain my brain too hard on something that's like, you know, what do you say? That's saying like 6 of one, half dozen of the other, right? So 3 hours earlier than me. Greetings from Brazil. Anime is really popular among otaku here, as well as at least the older ones. Yeah. Yeah, I'm from the United States, Texas specifically, right? So yeah, I guess that's. Didn't know that was 3 hours from Brazil, but it's interesting. So Kyoko no Kanata. It's actually kind of funny. She says Kanata, but it's not Kanata as in her mom, but Kanata is like beyond. It is disappearing. The like Kyoko no Kanata. Maybe I'm Kanata ni kireteru kamo. No, I'm getting confused by the no. Kireteru no Kanata. The memories of far away are might be disappearing. She is saying like I might have. Kyoku no Kanata. I want to make sure that that's not itself a word. But I think they're just saying like the beyond. Oh, yeah. And also Achira or Kanata. Kanata beyond. Yeah. So it's like the memory of Kanata being like, I guess the memory of that being from something like a while ago. It's like. I think I'm getting way too tripped up on the wording of that because I think what I have is actually perfectly. Say it with me, guys. Perfectly good. But you know, I always like to. Maybe this is a Google Translate moment, just to sanity check myself. Kyoku, yeah, Kyoku no. Yes. Because Kyoku does mean memory, but like, I think yeah, Kyoku no. But she's not talking about the memories like have been lost. Yeah. Alright, see ya, Nomi. Yeah. Thank you very much for the good luck. Okay, so yes. She's not talking about like her memories have disappeared, but she's talking about like the depths of her memories, like Kyoku no Kanata, like the beyond, the depths of her memories into that. They might have disappeared. So actually we've uncovered some more accuracy there, so. Alright, see ya, Vizzy. Thanks for showing up, even if just for a little bit. Okay, so yes, we want to actually change that, so. It may have disappeared into the depths of my memory. Let's see. That's probably too long to fit on one line, and we might want to consider. How would you say that more naturally in English? To think about it. It may have disappeared into the depths of my memory. Music's a bop. Well, yeah, it is. It's a Magic Knight Ray Earth for the Sega Saturn, so I really do like that soundtrack. You've disappeared into the depths of my memory. I think Kamo maybe is somewhere in there. Yeah. It seems to have. Seems it's been lost to the depths of my memory, I think. Is that even... Do people... I always get so paranoid about whether that's a natural thing to say, right? Seems it's been lost to the depths of my memory. Or it seems, yeah. We'll go with that. With that, we have gained slightly more accuracy. Although it's like, didn't I give you all the documents? Is like, that seems like a weird way to say that, right? As a reply to that. So let's rethink that. Didn't I give you all the documents? So like maybe my memory of that may have been lost to the depths of my mind or something like that. It almost feels like we're getting like, let's see. This feels like this might be something people say in Japanese that is like not meant to be like so poetic, right? So, perhaps. Yeah, I think you need to start the reply there, yeah. Let's see. Is the concept of Kyoku no Kanata to Okyo no Kanata. It is like an expression. Like people do just kind of say that, so perhaps we want to consider not being so poetic, because I think it is just something people say in Japanese. Okay, after so much thinking, I really think that, yeah. Oh man, as usual. If you did, I've completely forgotten. It's probably just actually the best. What is the kanji? Well, it's Kyoku no Kanata, which means depths of the mind, or depths of memory. Localization strikes, yes. If you did, I completely forgotten. Yes, because I think again, if we try to translate it literally, we're missing the point. Because I don't think, again, like, she's trying to be poetic. I think she's just literally just saying, like, I think I've completely forgotten, basically. So we're just gonna go with that. So, Heiya no dokoka ni desho, like, it's somewhere in this room, right? So that's fine. Then name Kun. I think I have to be careful because, so secret fact about the video series was that because my original save file that I was using for the whole video series was named in the original Japanese version of the game. My name, like in the patch, when I switched over to doing the patch way of doing the videos, the name was all messed up. So I actually just got around that by just literally typing Yoshi-kun into the script. So that is actually something we will have to fix. So we want to go last name, which is again the first name because the name orders are flipped. First name Kun. Don't take after this idiot's example, okay? So, Konobako, is it Kenshu? Why do I not remember? Kenshu. No, not Kenshu, right? Miru and then Narao. Oh, yeah, mi Narao. Just literally mi Narao. So that's like to follow somebody's example, right? So. Alright. So このバカは見習っちゃダメよ. So this it would be like it's bad to take after this idiot's example. Take after this idiot. So yeah, that's fine. To take after this idiot's example, okay? Yeah, okay. 頑張ってちゃんと読むよ。で、今日はこれからどうするの? So, trying my best, I properly. Oh yeah, it's this song again. Kagami wants a reliable boyfriend. So yeah, 頑張ってちゃんと読むよ. So yeah, trying my best, I properly read it. So I tried my best to read through everything. It's good. Today, what do we do following this, right? So it's like, what else are we doing today? It's good. Nothing in particular. 今日はこのまま解散です. So we'll stop here for today. We'll stop, today we'll disperse as we are currently, right? このまま. Again, hopefully we'll have long stretches like this where we're basically just playing the game. Because we need to get through a lot. 体育館が使えないんだよね. So we can't use the gym, huh? Yeah. Oh, whoa. I do need to remember though that although I think yeah, again, always the double spacing thing, right? Because we are now going to use double spacing. Right, so yes, I was informed that no other grade schools today. 他の学年の方にどうしてもと言われて So it's like the other grades from the other grades にどうしてもと言われて So I was told. It's like from the other grades that she was told that. Or にどうしても. That's a phrase that I should know, right? But I think at this point, right? Because どうしても is like no matter what, right? By all means, right? On no account. Yeah, it's like a. Oh, but どうしてと言うなら So, like. This is actually a new. Yeah, I didn't do this right, so. Yeah. So instead of it being that, it's more like, yes, it's like students from the other grades, like people from the other grades insisted on using it, basically. Like she's saying that no other grades can use it today, but really what it was is that she was told by people in the other grades, like, no, we're using the gymnasium today, like you can't use it today. So yeah, and of course there's like that implicit, like insisted on using it, as in like insisted on using it and to the extent that they can't. Which is like the gym should be fairly large, but I mean, I guess they are going to use like the stage and stuff, so Yosh! The music, yeah, it's going really hard right now. Yosh, heck yeah, we can have fun today. Or like, today play, right? Yes, it's very. It's supposed to be calm. It's supposed to be a chill translation session. Heck yeah, we can have fun today. That's good, but double space it again. Because again, somebody told me, like when I released patch, they were like, you know, sometimes the letters are too close together, right? So if you ever wanted to know why I do double space now, it's for that. That was like one of the few criticisms I had gotten, like explicitly told to me. Now this is a joke that I completely missed, and I watched a playthrough in Japanese of Rogaku no Tosai, and they picked up on, like their reaction clued me in on what the joke was. So here I thought that it was like Kyomo no machigai desho. So it's like I thought she meant like Kyomo, like it was a mistake made today as well. And that ties in with what I thought that she said, like, I was informed other grades can use it today. So I was thinking it was like, oh, you had to like reserve the gym, and like Miyuki messed up doing that. But what she's actually saying is, in response to, heck yeah, we can have fun today, she's actually responding to that and being like, because she says, Kyo wa asobu zo. So it's like, I can play today, but Kagami's like, don't you mean Kyomo? As in like, don't you mean I can play today as well? Which is to suggest that like, yeah, Konata's always gonna play. Like she's always gonna play instead of, you know, going home and just going to bed, right? So she's kind of poking fun at she's poking fun at Konata for the fact that she will always just like go home and slack off. You know. So we want to in fact count for that, right? But you know, kedo hisashiburi ni hakuki kaeru no wa ne is still but it has been a while since we've been able to go home early. It's still correct, right? So so we have to think. I think it's more like maybe we can go I can have fun today, perhaps. I could see it being a weird translation. Yeah, we'll have to see if we can make it work, but the scheduling thing is just completely incorrect, right? So we'll want to work around that. For being a lazy gremlin. So it's like, I can have fun today. Japanese particle shenanigans, yeah. They do that a lot with kyo wa. Oh, don't you mean kyomo? Like the don't you mean mo? Is a very common kind of thing. Don't you mean that as well, as opposed to just that on its own? So, today. Don't you mean... I can have fun today. Don't you mean now? Maybe we'll say asobu when we're like, we'll say, maybe I can just not slack off, maybe fine. Okay, so I can have fun today. Don't you mean I have fun like, today as well? I mean, like literally be like have fun today too as well. But I mean, like that's not really, that's like a really awkward thing. Like nobody says that, right? Hey, do you know the story behind the Kagaboo meme? I do not know what the Kagaboo meme is. At least I don't think I do. So, no, I don't know the story behind it. Let's think. Yeah, as if you don't already do that is a good, definitely. As if you, it's like as if that makes a difference. Yeah, as if you don't already do that is really good. As if you don't already do that. But still, but it has been. But I think now, but still is like a good. So let's see if we can add but still. But still, it has been a while since we've been able to go home early. As if you don't already do that. Yeah. Just Google Kagaboo and go to images. Well, I'll definitely take a look, but oh, you mean the Kagami as a pig thing? No, I know what that is, but like, isn't that come from Boo Boo Kagaboo? Like it's like a Goo Kag, yeah, it's like a book, right? Like this. Yeah. Yeah, it's like from this, isn't it? I don't know anything more about the pig Kagami other than like there's this book called Boo Boo Kagaboo that has it. Perhaps others in the chat will know more than me. Cause there you go. But yes, I am familiar with that, but I don't know more about it, like why it exists, right? Okay, let's get back to the action. Yeah, please do so. Please do. 明日からよろしくお願いしますね. So it's like I'll be counting on you tomorrow. You know, tomorrow going forward, right? So, Kami-san, are you pigging out? Isn't it that? Oh my gosh, I remember. Seninichi, are you referring to that part? There's like that part at the end of episode 7 of Royal Otosai where he says something along the lines of like that. Okay, just asking, you seem like the person who'd know. Well, I certainly know a decent amount, but I don't know everything. I think there's other people in chat who know more than me, to be honest. I think Seninichi seems to know way more than me for somehow. But yeah. So stay good aside. We'll be at it again tomorrow, so. Did you place the but still in the file? You're correct, I did not do that. Yes, in regards to her acting, yes, there's that line. Have you been picking out? I forget what the original Japanese for that line is. But I remember I had to like think kind of hard. Oh, I know. Oh, you're gonna get me really distracted now. You're gonna get me really distracted. I think it has something to do with, what part was that? Rogakuen Otosai part 185? Yep, is that? Yeah, I have an uncanny ability to remember the exact part number. Yeah. This is from the end of the game, roughly, but like, it's not particularly spoilerific, so we should be fine. Let's pause the music. Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's see. Oh, daikon datta desho. Yeah, so daikon means radish, but it also means like, what is it? Daikon in the context of like an actor, right? A ham actor, as in somebody who like, yeah. So daikon datta desho. But then there's also the idea that if you call somebody's like, so yeah, so that's like that. And then, are you trying to say you pigged out? Right. So what he actually says is, because she says daikon datta desho, is like, you know, I wasn't a ham actor, was I? Like I wasn't hamming it up too much. and then he says something like, "Are you talking about your thighs or something, or your what part of it?" There's such a thing of like calling your in Japanese, calling somebody's, what do you call it? Their calves, right? If you call like their calves like radishes or something like that, that means you're trying to say that they're really fat, like they have fat legs. So in the original, he's saying like, "Oh, you're talking about your legs, like your legs are really fat." So it's actually kind of a little more of a stretch in the Japanese, but either way, it's still kind of weirdly, yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, it's a good line. No way. Yeah, so he was being like, you know, your legs are really fat. They're like radishes. But that got changed in the translation to that instead. Okay. Oh, Kono-chan, isn't that Iriguchi ni iri no? In the, or it's like Kono-chan in the door. Isn't that Yutaka-chan? We're gonna have the dots again. I don't know why I got rid of them. I guess I just felt there was too many. Isn't that Yutaka-chan by the door? Well, it's like, isn't that Yutaka-chan in the doorway, actually? Maybe I thought maybe it doesn't fit if it's like in the doorway. Yeah, that's what it was, but I don't mind putting on the next line. Oh, Kono-chan, isn't that Yutaka-chan in the doorway? Yeah, we'll go with that. Yep, that's right. It is. Hey, Yu-chan. I think, yeah, you can come in. Okay. But we'll just do the double spacing. Move on. So we'll I used to. We have changed conventions. We're gonna have a dash between One and Chan and One-chan. So we're gonna do that. Sorry to interrupt. 今大丈夫? So is now a good time? Yeah, we're good there. And yes, Yutaka, this was are you using a tool to alter the lines, or did you thought it out in coders? So everything I use to edit the game, or like, what is it? Yeah, basically everything is all custom code. I had to figure it all out. So yeah, it's a lot of work. Yeah, these are all custom tools. So like the little preview window with Patty in the bottom left, that's my own custom tool. You know, the code that like converts the script, the text file I have into the game script, that's also custom code. Everything needed to like, you know, display the text properly, and like, you know, in the patch, like, you know, we have like all the options menu and all this sort of stuff. It's all the code that went into that is all custom. So tough it out. Yes, I did have to tough it out. There are other games developed by this in this engine, but they are all very like premature. Like, when I started working on this, there was basically, there's another game called Nichijou Uchujin that had figured a couple of things out, and there was also another game called Bakuto Test Portable that also had sort of figured some stuff out, but both were in very early days, and both of them like their development, like there was English patches for those. There still is English patches in development for those two games, and at the time they were super early in development. And you know, even still, they're still kind of in early days of development, but I basically had very little to work with, so I had to basically figure it out on my own still. I posted the tools on GitHub. I do actually have the tools on GitHub. It is called the Roo Gakuen Toolkit. So I can put that on the screen. It is the Roo Gakuen Toolkit on github.com/timepiecemaster/Roo Gakuen Toolkit. It is very much like the tools are as they are. And there is some stuff in this version of the repository that's not fully up to date, because once I started working on the translation, to avoid the translation being leaked out onto GitHub, I've like put it on a separate branch, so that branch isn't public, but the vast majority of the code is there, and the rest of it will be put up probably when I do a release for the patch, but yeah, which should hopefully be soon. But yeah, it's all there. It's again as it is, so it's very, what would you say? It's not, there's no real documentation, right? Like the code is just the code, right? Like you have to just deal with it, but it is there. And the hope is that perhaps people, if they want to translate the game into like Spanish or like other languages where all you'd have to do is change the text, you might be able to use my tools to do that, so we'll see. But yeah, right now it's just there, and it's like you have to read it. There's no documentation yet, or yeah, at the moment at least. But anyway, oh, I was gonna say that Yutaka Kopayakawa is like such a long name, and it almost barely, like, it's kind of a miracle that it fits in there. But yeah, it did, so. Oh, okay, so we got a next line here. もちろん、あれで、短瀬の子たちも一緒だ. So, of course. Oh, are they? Yeah. You're with but it's like the people in your same class, right, are also with you, right? So that's, I think, looks like your classmates came with you is perfectly good. I need to stop saying that. I suppose you can fit in extra space on the names. Oh, you mean like Minami, like, yeah, like have more space between them? I could this is, the thing is that I could get why you might want another space, perhaps, but like with Yutaka Kobayakawa, it might, I don't think it'll work. And also, yeah, first last name, I mean, like, it's consistent with the spacing that like the rest of the text is in, so I think it would look like noticeably like more spaced out if I were to add more space. So I think we're just gonna have to live with it being like that. Okay, 相談したいことがあるんですか? Yeah, it's not, I mean, in an ideal world, there would be a little bit more spacing in some of the text in some of this, but like, I can assure you we need every bit of space we can. So, so there's something we'd like to discuss. So one you need your input on is, wait, why is that not here? Oh, okay. I was like, why is it null? Why is it like, I merged it, right? But the thing is it's like, so here is like a whole bunch of stuff that like later on in the game, like in other versions of this scene, it'll show up with different dialogue. Because later on, yeah. So we have to go and move to where this is. There's something we need your input on. Go, move it down there. No, Ropon, just the existence of the full release is a blessing by itself. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Honestly, like, I think about that sometimes. It's like, this game has no right to have ever gone into... It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy, the circumstances that came together for me to figure out how to do it all, and to even find the game in the first place, and all that sort of stuff. Like, it's kind of crazy. Makes me appreciate when other people make patches for their games, for other games, because it's like, you know, you got to realize, like, a lot of times, like, a lot of these patches have no right to exist. Oh wait, this song is so good. I love this song so much. I used this in the video series a couple times. So I think I'd like, there's something we'd like to discuss, I think. And that makes more sense given what they're going to ask for in a second. Peak OST, yes. How did I get to translating this game? So I've told this story a couple of times, but it effectively came down to when I was learning Japanese. I had been learning started learning Japanese after watching Lucky Star dubbed, because I was like kind of curious about learning Japanese. I watched Lucky Star dubbed to kind of see, like, am I going to be interested in like Japanese culture enough to like invest time into learning Japanese. And so in like December-ish of 2018, I watched Lucky Star dubbed just to get a sense of, and I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. And so I was like, you know, I'll start learning Japanese. And around early 2019 time, I think, or maybe like summer-ish of 2019, I still am interested in Lucky Star. A lot of my early experiences in Japanese are with Lucky Star, like Japanese videos on YouTube or like the character songs. And I randomly get recommended on the sidebar on YouTube the World of Long Plays video on Rogaku and Otosai. And so I see it and it's like, wow, this is a cool game. Like, I didn't know Lucky Star had a game. That's crazy. And it's yeah, so in summer of 2019, I'm watching that video. And it's like, that's really cool. You know, I'd like to play that game one day. And I kind of have that in the back of my mind. And I get to go through some more formative experiences in Japanese, and I like try to play like games like Pokemon in Japanese, and I really, really struggle. It's really hard. But then come around like April of 2020, you have like COVID and stuff. And I get this idea of like, you know what? You know, it'd be really cool. Because one of the things I had as a goal with my Japanese was to like do something that like otherwise wouldn't be possible if I didn't know Japanese. And so in April of 2020 around, I'm like, you know what would be cool? Like if I made like a translated playthrough of Rogaku and Otosai. You know, I can play the game and I can like translate it and people, it's like really cool. So I start that. It takes me forever to get anywhere because like I'm like only like about a year into learning Japanese. I'm like really, really struggling with it. And so it takes me like 2 months to finish like the first video. But I put it out. It does. I mean, like at that time, like basically nobody knew about that. But I put it out, and I do like the first 2, and it gets like really, really hard, and it's like this is really demotivating. And so I take like several months off to like really fine tune my Japanese, and I spend like the whole summer of 2020, like spending like 8 hours. I don't even know, like way too many hours a day, just like grinding Japanese super hard. And I eventually get good enough around September of that year to go back and do videos. And then from there, from there, it was just a steady stream of making, I mean, there's some hiccups along the way, but like, from there, it was a steady stream of making Rogaku and Otosai translated videos up until April of this year, where I finally finished it. And so, I mean, like, man, and it's a rough journey, honestly, because, like, I mean, all sorts of stuff happened in that time, right? There was many times I was like, man, do I want to keep going doing this? But I kept on. Because another thing to consider is when you do this kind of stuff, it was kind of crazy. It's certainly people like to watch it, right? But I mean, like, you know, you're translating this thing and it takes you forever. And like, you know, back then, like, this game was getting way less attention, right? Like, nobody knew about this game, basically. Like, basically nobody knew about this game. I mean, you think even now this game's obscure? It's like, oh my gosh, like, literally nobody knows about this game. So, you know, there was a long period of time, I mean, where there was really just a couple of people commenting on the videos as they'd come out, and that was about it. Otherwise, nobody really knew about the game, so. But, you know, I'm hopeful now because, thanks to, you know, all the time I put into the game, like, I think we're seeing a resurgence of interest in Rogue Multisai, so I'm really looking forward to sharing this game with everybody. Because it's really, really good, basically. It's a really, really good game. But yes, something I can help with. So is it something that I can do? She, what was that? What is the soundtrack doing? I thought about that idea when I was learning English, right? Like translating something. So it's like, yeah, if I found it back in 2009 and Niku Doga played it during that time too. Yeah. I know there was like, you know, people who played it back in like 2008, 2009. And there was some discussion back then, but then it kind of just fell off the face of the earth. Basically until I came and did it, you know, I started translating it. But even then, like, it's only really like in the past year or so that like people really started to talk about Rogue Multisai, like outside of just me talking about it. Alright, so Tika senpai janakia muri su. So it's like if, you know, tewa, yeah, if not you, then impossible, right? Although for some reason part of me is like tempted to do the 2034. Part of me is tempted to do the good old Google Translate sanity check. I don't think I'm missing anything there though. I think it really is just like, yeah, it's like, yeah, if you're not. So Lucky Star image board back then, that's where I saw it firsthand. The YouTube algorithm with Konata making Windows XP sound. Lucky Star Rogue long play one of my translated videos. Yeah, because the Konata making Windows XP sounds comes from Rogue Multisai. Or it comes from like a pre-order disc with Rogue Multisai. If you pre-ordered the game, it came with a disc, and that disc has like a Windows theme for Windows XP that like gives you Windows, gives you Konata sounds. So yeah. Yeah. I mean, at this point, like, if you find your way into the Rogue Multisai loop, you are inevitably going to find one of my videos, because there's like 200, right, at this point, so. But you got to make your way in there. But once you're in there, I am inevitable. If you couldn't help us, then no one else could. ってことは何？コスプレ？ってことは何？コスプレ？それともアニメ？学校だからあれゲーなしね。I found this game when buying the Lucky Star CDs and wanting the CD in the collector's edition of this game. I am inevitable. Well, only if you're in the realm of Rogue Multisai. RGO or Piglet's Big Game. Well, they're kind of incomparable, right? They're very different kind of games, but you know, we kind of have had our Piglet's Big Game moment for Rogue Multisai, but it didn't quite turn out didn't quite turn out the way that I would have hoped, right? There's a couple of lines in Rogaku no Tatsai that have become somewhat viral, but it is a bit. Unfortunately, those are lines that kind of turn people off from the game because they don't understand it. But you know, is what it is, right? I meant price. I don't think Rogaku no Tatsai is all that expensive if you find it, if you're not like buying like the collector's edition. Alright, so Takoto wa nani? So like what could that be? Okay, where am I? Cosplay, or maybe anime. Not the Konata comment again. Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit of an unfortunate. People massively misunderstand that line and get all upset, and it's like, man, guys, come on. Got the collector's edition for $30. I'm sure you can find the game for less than that, not including shipping. Actually, $30 is pretty, it's pretty lucky, honestly. I think I paid like closer to like 60-ish maybe for my copy of it. But I think I actually got the PS2 collector's edition for pretty cheap though. It might have been comparable to $30 actually, but I don't remember. It can go for cheap, but sometimes it can go for like 200 if you're not lucky. So, それともアニメ学校だから so it is school, so ありげけはなしね. So it's like it can't be. It can't involve one of those games. So it definitely doesn't involve one of those games. So she's talking, of course, about like eroge, right? Iくらなんでもそんな話じゃないと思うけど。いくらなんでも is kind of say what you like, right? But yeah, say what you like. そんな話じゃ but I don't think it's like that. What am I? Okay. I'm so tripped up by this OST sometimes. その話じゃないと思うけど so it's like say what you like, but I don't think it's that kind of conversation. So yeah, I don't think it has to do with those kinds of things is fine. But yeah. Are those dot dot dots back? Maybe it's about the school festival? もしかしたら学園祭のこと? Like maybe it's something for the school festival, right? Maybe it's about the school festival? Itaka-chan, wait, Itaka-chan とこは何するの? Itaka-chan とこは oh, it's a weird way to say that, but I think yeah, Itaka-chan Toko. I know Toko means place, right? But like the place of Yutaka-chan, like maybe I'm misunderstanding. I think it's being like a really weird shorthand for like Yutaka-chan Tokoro de wa, like kind of like, by the way, Yutaka-chan, like, you know, what are you guys, what are you doing, right? So Yutaka-chan, what are you guys doing for it? Oh. on this maid cafe. Release yeah, they're pretty popular these days, right? Yeah. It's good. So it's like, well, Goku Goku in this case, like it's a very Ichibu, like Ichibu is like a certain, like one group of people, right? Highly, yeah. Ichibu, that is like, yeah, I'm just making sure, right? Ichibu, one part, right? So it's like one portion of people, which is to say, like, it's a very niche thing, right? Only a certain select group of people is it popular with. Well, amongst a certain niche crowd, I guess. Maybe it's, yeah, I think we'll go with that. I don't know if you know this video, but I found you because of the video Friends of Kagami. I'm not familiar with that video. Oh, okay. So the, yeah, Night of Nights. I think I've seen that video, yeah. It's like, that is not true. They're very major. Like, they're very, it's like major being like, they're very, yeah, mainstream. Totally mainstream. She's like, don't say lies. That's, they're a minority, or they're it's minor. It's minor, a minority, right? But you know, you're in the minority, right? So this was already kind of localized to be pretty good. Again, it's kind of, again, with this thing, it's like there's pockets of like lines where like I kind of messed it up, but like, you know, like 90% of lines are fine, so we're in that pocket of good lines. Don't lie, they're niche, you're in the minority. And then, fine, then we'll do some market research. Yoshi-kun, you know about maid cafes, right? Two spaces. And then we gotta do last name kun. Then we have our options. So we have, I only heard of them. So name dake wa shitteru. So I only know them by name, right? Kanari kiyomi aru. I like have, I'm like really interested. You know, it's like I really like am interested in them. Nanisore, like what's that? So namae dake is like, you know, again, only by name. So we could consider changing it to only by name, or I only know them by name. But I think I've only heard of them is good. So I can understand why I Have I played any visual novels recently? Well, I spend a lot of time just on this game, so no, not really. The other main visual novel that I was playing was also on my channel. It's a Haganai PSP, so. But it's been a while since I played that because I've been busy with the other stuff, so. Busy with this game, so. I do tend to like games that have like a lot of story and kind of have visual novel inspiration, right? You know. So like, for example, I really like the visual novel parts of like Persona and whatnot. And, you know, a lot of anime games that have like visual novel type storytelling. But not recently have I played like an actual like visual novel. So I'm still very like new to the visual novel like genre, like strictly like actual visual novels, but yeah. I haven't really played one recently. Definitely would like to play more and cover them on the channel, but just haven't gotten there yet. Okay. So maybe we will kind of pin the idea of changing it to only by name. Really? Yes, really. I'm still very new to visual novels. It's true. I think it's because in the dialogue after that I say only by name, so. Since I do that, we should just make consistent and be like only by name, so. I've only heard of them. Only by name. Okay. 名前だけね。実際に行ったことはないけどさ。So, just the name, only by name. I've never, yeah, like actually been to one. I've never actually been to one though, right? But we'll just have it. Well, I've never actually been to one. Yeah, I'm not brave enough. That's all good. So this is kind of something that people have a lot of debates about. I say a lot of debates about as if like in the space of writing it, it's a debated thing. Whether or not when you have like the start of a sentence and you have like the somebody stuttering, do you capitalize you know, like, do you consider it like they started the sentence over and so you're like capitalize like me, like the two M's in me? Or do you only have the first one capitalized? And people have different, it's like kind of like a what do you call it? Or it's just a matter of choice, right? But I've gone back and forth and we're gonna consistently go with alright, Cope, you all have to keep that one in mind. Let me make a note of it. Oh, where is... Yeah, copy paste it. I will keep that one in mind. Yo, Saya no Uta. Our song Saya. I don't think it matters too much grammatically. Yeah, that's like the uta. Kanji uses there is kind of weird, but yes, we will go and take a look at. I think yeah, you have somebody's recommended that, if not you, before. But yeah, I'll make sure to actually look into that at some point. I want to go, but well, I'm not brave enough. Oh, you don't think it matters too much grammar? Oh, you're talking about the letters. Yeah, it doesn't matter grammatically, but it's like if you're gonna do one or the other, you need to be consistent. And I'm kind of ultimately settled on all capital letters for that. I personally just think it looks better. It's just a personal thing. 想像だけど多分こんな感じだよね。So it's like, it's my imagination, but it's probably something like this. This is just what I imagine, but it's probably like this, right? And you can see like the Yadi is translated to he. I tried to look super hard for this like cow emoji face with like the little like weird triangle thing, but I couldn't find what that character is. Like I don't know what character that is. The little triangle, like sideways triangle with the plus next to it, right? But there you go. Full warning, there's an error, it's error gay, but this version that skips the... Yeah, I mean, that sort of thing in and of itself doesn't really turn me off. But I don't really know. I'm more likely to be turned off by games that are very, like, gruesome. Rather than that so much, but... I'll have to take a look. Like, I don't know if I would handle Higurashi very well. As an example. So, yeah. 脚色 and we're way down here. 2046. Oh, there we go. Kyakushoku does mean exaggerated, right? Or like, it's like legs color. Yeah, dramatization, Kyakushoku. It's an embellishment, right? Embellishment is gruesome. Well, I might still look at it. It kind of depends. Like with me, when it comes to gruesomeness, like it just depends on like exactly how it manifests. So I would have to, I'd have to still check to know whether or not I would like it. This is, and then, you know, Minami talks like in a really like lots of dot dot dots, right? This is a bit too embellished, maybe, or exaggerated. Exaggerated versus, we'll go with exaggerated. It's a bit too embellished, I think, is maybe gives not the right connotation. All right. I think it's more like though, like, isn't this a bit too exaggerated? Yeah, it's more like that rather than the other way around. You know, with Minami, we want a writer, so she kind of is a bit terse. So かな。テレビで見た感じだけど、感じだとこんなだと思ったけど。So it's like I thought I saw like it like being like this on TV, right? So it's like, you think so? I thought I had seen it. It's like, okay. So what he's saying literally is, on TV, I saw like the vibes, like the feeling I saw on TV is like this. So it's not so much that I'm going off what I've seen on TV. It's more like, you know, I thought it looked like this based off of what I've seen on TV. But the thing is it's like, does it really make a difference? I think we're gonna keep this line. Because I think what I have is like a more natural way in English of saying this idea, right? Yeah. So, yeah, she's like saying like it's neither that you're not correct, but also that you're not far. So yeah, you're not quite like this, but you're not far off. It's good. So no. I thought it was like I thought this was real. I thought it was obviously too much. Or I think this is obviously too much. So she is saying something similar to that, but it's like more like it's like really. Yeah, she does say it in present tense. Like I was like I'm thinking this is obviously going too far. Like this is obviously too much. Maybe now we can go for embellishment. I thought this was an obvious embellishment. Akiraka, I mean, Akiraka does mean obvious, right? Thought this was a... Yeah, I thought this was I thought this was obviously an embellishment. Now she's saying, I think, yeah, I've had trouble with this line, I think, so take another close look. So, meidesuki tachi ni wa, so people who like maids, you know, for them, firitu ga kakatte, putting on a filter, and then, konna kanji ni mieru da yo. So, I think it's more like if you put on putting on the filter of being a maid fan, you'll see this, right? So it's like this sort of thing is what you would see if you were you put on the filter of like being a maid fan or being like someone who likes maids. Think, is that really? Also, where was I? Okay, good. I can feel my tiredness affecting my efficiency here. Google Translate wants to say something more along the lines of, it's because people who are fans of maids kind of see things through like rose tinted glasses, basically. Like, it's because they see maid fans like see the world through such a lens that they see it like this, right? So yeah, I think once again we're proving that I actually thought about this before. So it's, you'd have to see it through the eyes of a maid fan in order to understand, right? It's definitely the correct way to go about that. I knew I had returned to that line before. Okay. Well, maid no koto nara, when it's maid stuff, you can, like, you know, count on, you rely on me, you can count on me. I'm pretty sure this is good, yeah. Mina rippen no maid ni, yeah, take it. I can make you all into splendid maids. Yeah. I think actually, yeah, this scene specifically probably has a strong... You were staring at that one trying to see what was wrong, yeah. It's not that there was anything wrong, but sometimes I second guess myself, right? This scene has a strong likelihood of being correct because it was retranslated for episode 7 already. Because I returned, you play this scene again in episode 7. So, yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. Well, let me make sure that... Okay, yeah, I can have a level space, no problem there. Yep, that's good. No, yabai como can be interpreted perhaps in a couple different ways, but it's like it might be bad if you were to put on, like, bad in like a yabai is a word that kind of is like comparable to saying like it'd be insane, it'd be crazy, it'd be, you know, really something. If you were like if you were to put on glasses and knee socks. So there's probably a couple other ways you could kind of do that, because the yabai kamo kind of gives off the idea of like it's so good it might be like dangerous in a sense. Like you might be kind of like, I mean, she's kind of implying that she would be like desirable, right? In a sort of seedy kind of way. It's like a little bit perhaps. I mean, you just say that your translating over time got better. Yeah, so this scene probably is pretty good because of that. Because again, we returned to it in episode 7 a little bit. So we will, and even in episode 1, I mean, like honestly, like a lot of like in episode 1, even when I was going through the video series, were still pretty good. It was just like a handful of lines that were not so good. Yeah, we'll go through, keep that. Why? And it's necessary for us to like not change things just for the sake of it, because otherwise I'll be here for another 4 years translating the patch. Yoke na koto oshien na. So yoke, why am I stumbling on my words? That's kind of like saying like things that you don't have to do, right? Like unnecessarily, right? Okay. Yeah, like don't be teaching her more than like you need to, right? Like don't be teaching her excessive stuff. Was that the one line you despised? It was like a joke that you missed or something in episode 1. No, the line that I despised was the Doge one. Because it doesn't make any sense. And it's like completely just like, you know, completely just messed that one up. So in episode 1, there's a Doge reference in the episode 1 patch. But it was a very poor attempt at trying to translate a joke that just doesn't really work in English. So I came up with a different joke, and it just completely was just a disaster. Because Doge doesn't make sense to reference in this game. Like, Doge is not a meme that came out at that time. So, yeah, it was a disaster. But I have already fixed that, so. So don't be teaching Yutaka-chan all that nonsense. You'll corrupt her. Doge, yes. You know, it's kind of funny, right? Because, yeah. Perhaps it's come off even worse more recently because Doge is a bit of a politically charged meme these days. Which, I mean, I don't really care either way about that, but you know, it does probably make the scene come off weird. Even more weird than it already did. Okay, let me just... Do I question whether or not this word that I don't remember off the top of my head means corrupt? It should, right? Oh, Kiga. Oh, it's a different word for like to dirty or to violate. Now the name of a political party. Yeah. Yeah, that would be the next Konata line. That'd be the next line that like X gets really upset about. If I were to keep that. No, I won't. Lowly maids are coming into fashion. Now, I wonder, is coming into fashion what that word really means? Oh, it does, okay. Yes, that's what you get when you, like, I feel like I reiterate the same points over and over again, but sudden formation. It's what you get when you don't learn your words in Anki, or in one ear out the other. Because I think also this is probably the only time in the whole game the word Bakutan actually gets used, right? So, yep. So, you know, if you're wondering, like, how does he not know these words? Like, he's translated the whole game. It's like, well, this word only shows up in this one line in the entire game, so it's very easy to just forget words that only show up in one line. If you don't make an effort to study them. POV, you missed 2 days of Anki. Yeah. You got like 500 reviews and you're just like, man, so sad. さあ、この子たちは知り合い？よかったら紹介してよ。So, these girls are acquaintances of yours? Can you introduce them to me? Like, now he says more like, introduce them to me if that's alright. So maybe we want to... Oh, wait. This is already where the scene... I forgot we were in a dialogue choice, right? So, we want to quick load back to where we were. Yeah, 知ってる? っていうか、かなり興味あるんだけど. So it's like, I mean, like, you know, I know about him, and then Kyuka's like, kind of like, you're correcting what you're saying. It's like, that, you know, it's not just that, like, I'm really into them. Or rather, I should say. I lost my streak yesterday after I remembered 1 minute after midnight. I think I have mine set to not count it until the next day until like 4 a.m. so I can like do last minute ones. But also I've learned to sometimes just be okay with missing a day. I know some people like have streaks that go on for like years and it's crazy. But I've kind of learned like, okay, like if I'm tired, just take a day off and just come back, just do it another day. Like it's okay. You might have to do 2 days worth of Anki, but it's fine. But I don't know. At this point also though, I'm like more developed in my Japanese learning, so if I don't do Anki for a day, it doesn't completely ruin my memory, whereas it might if you're earlier on, so. I like the fact that now the text is properly like is now big. It wasn't like that in the patch, episode 1 patch, right? Looks pretty good. My soulmate! Hold on. Yeah, would you look at that, Kagami? Dokoka, like, what's minor about it, you know? Like, what's niche about it? Like, what's all that about? Yeah. Yeah. What's all that about it being niche? So she's like saying like, I just made a mistake in who to ask, like the person. You know, it's just a fluke. She's saying again like it's just a mistake in who I asked, as in, you know, it was a mistake to ask protagonist because protagonist just so happens to know, right? But she, you know, she's trying to be like, he doesn't prove the point. He's not a normal person. Konata now fell in love during that moment. I mean, this choice does increase Konata affinity points. It gives you like 4 of, I don't remember. I think it gives you 4 Konata affinity points, which don't mean anything except for who texts you at the end of today. So yeah, Yoshi-kun made tsuyu to wa. So she says like for even first name to know about it, yappari Rui tomo ka, like you are hobby friends, but you know, hobby, like surely you two share the same hobbies, don't you? Yeah. Now of course it says for even Yoshi-kun to know about it, but you know, that's just the Japanese thing where they always say the person's name, right? So in this case it makes more sense for it to be you. でもメイドさんだろ普通いないし興味わかない It's not the norm, so wouldn't that make you interested? It's kind of weird that he says that because it's like, are maids really that like abnormal? I guess like, you know, we take it for granted that maids are kind of normalized these days. At least in like an anime, like, you know, Japanese-y kind of context. Like a maid cafe doesn't seem like such a weird concept nowadays, but I guess back then it was more interesting, right? I mean, still, right? Even today, right? Like, it is kind of an odd thing when you really think about it. You know, it's definitely still only like a otaku type thing. It's not the norm, so wouldn't that make you interested? So yeah, warito. So if you put it that way, well, it's somewhat. I think I'm gonna go with it's kinda well, let's see. Cause she does say like, yeah, remember this was in 2008, right? It's a very different time back then. I guess if you put it that way, yeah, it is a little interesting. Yeah, people tend to go like it is a little interesting instead of it's. Yeah, it is a little interesting. Yeah, it is a little. I guess if you put it that way, yeah, it's a little interesting. Okay, I get the vibe now. We're gonna keep it's. But she says tashol. Tashol does mean like somewhat rather than a little. Girl cafes are definitely popular among businessmen though. Yeah. I guess, yeah, it's like a mixture of like, it's a Japan thing, but it's also a mixture of like, yeah. I guess you can also obviously tell that, like, I don't I don't live a life where maid cafes exist. Butler cafes, not maid, but butler. What did she say? Like, maid cafes are a relic of the past already, or something like that. Patty says that. It's actually kind of funny because yeah, Patty does also in her mini scenario. She says that like maid cafes are out and butler cafes are in. Yeah, it is a little. Yeah, we'll go with that because the Tashowa is more to be like she's conceding that it is interesting, and you know if you're gonna concede it, you're gonna be more like it's a little interesting, like, you know. Now this is again she says more like, you know, you could come to my workplace, right? Like you should visit me at work then. It's fine. If it's Kagami, it's okay. Bukorosu. So if you call me if you say tsundere. Oh wait, oh, I completely missed that. So it's not if you call me a tsundere, but it's more like, what would the tsundere like? You know, like how about the tsundere? Like, if you refer to me, it is kind of like if you call me a tsundere, but she's being more like giving a specific example. Like if you go like, what does the tsundere want? We'll see. I might have also done it for like brevity. But we can consider alternatives to this line. So it's like if you... It's like literally just saying, like, if you say something like... And how about the tsundere? I'll freaking kill you. But I can see why I changed it because it's like really like that really like bloats out the translation when it's not really meant to be that way. This is one of those things where it's like the localization choices of like there's more to keep correct than just the literally what they say. Sometimes you also want to keep the brevity of what they say. Like this is something that takes Kagami very little time to say, and she's saying it very like bluntly and to the point really quickly. But if she were to like go on and be like, if you say something like, and how about the tsundere, I'll freaking kill you, like it's like such a mouthful and it completely changes the vibe, right? Whereas this is meant to be like a really curt, short, you know, statement from Kagami. You know, call me a tsundere and I'll freaking kill you. I think I actually even like what I just said there. Call me a tsundere and I'll freaking kill you. And the way some men openly treat women in girl cafes. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't have much input on that. But yeah, it probably is a bit unfortunate. So it's like you won't acknowledge your own power or your Saino. Saino is like ability, right? Not it is power in some sense, right? Your talent, right? It's like you don't acknowledge your power. Mottainai is like, isn't that a waste, right? Like what a shame, isn't it? So that's good. And then this is the end of this choice. I'll go. Nani sore? What's that? What are they? Gomen, nani sore? ぶっちゃけ、さっきから会話がわかんないんだけど So it's like, sorry, to be honest, I haven't yeah, I don't understand like the conversation up until now, right? To be honest, I don't really understand what you've been talking about. It's perfectly good. That's weird that I would have a... I think it's... Let me share this voice acting again. Yeah. I think I had this period there because it was a period in the original. But like in English, you definitely would not have that be 2 sentences. You just go, that's surprising. Shinya anime omiteru. And she says late night anime, but you know. Nobody... Yeah, she really just means anime. Ikeru to omottaんだけど. I thought it would, you know, ikeru. I guess I thought it would go. Ikeru, you know, it's kind of weird Japanese thing. It's like, yeah, I thought it would be like something that I could say and that you would understand, basically. I thought it would basically go my way. Like I would prove my point, you know, that you would know what maid cafes are. Yeah, so since you watch anime, I was sure you'd know. It's good. Is it Hikage? What's my brain like? Because it's not Hikage. Yeah, it is. It's a different kanji for Hikage, right? I'm used to seeing Hikage the way it's written in like names, I guess, right? What is that word at the start? Shosen, in that sense. I don't think I've seen that word very much. After all, right? The voices are good. Or they're, whatever that emoji, however you would say that. Yes, they are very good voice acting in this game. So yes, after all, we are the minority. A mandragora that blooms in the shade. Which is just Hiyori being like dramatic. Now, それはそれでやだな. It's definitely, it's not, well, doesn't that suck, right? It's like more... So... it... それはそれで is kind of like... You know, I didn't want it to turn out this way, but it is what it is kind of thing, right? Let me kind of double check my thinking on that. I think... Sometimes yeah, like in that case, but it's like in that case when it's not, in that case where, you know, the case being something that you didn't want it to be, right? What does Google Translate want to say about that? Maybe it is kind of like, well, doesn't that suck? But it's like, in some sense. Google Translate does not have a... This is one of those lines Google Translate doesn't really know what it's talking about. Yeah, it isn't. Well, that's not. It's like more like like that sure is that sure is unfortunate. It's not a question for sure. It's not a. She's more just like a remark. I think that sure is unfortunate. Made a yeah, Gendai Yogo. It's like a no, Kihon Shiki no. It's like fundamental knowledge. It's like a fundamental knowledge word. Yeah, so even though maids are the fundamental concept of the modern era. Yeah, that's a mistake, right? Like, you're wrong about that. Any normal person wouldn't know. We really needed that stuff. No normal person would know. You're wrong about that. No normal. You're wrong about that. No normal person would know that. Would know it. No normal person would know about it, or would know that stuff. Let's see how it looks. Although any normal person wouldn't know is more accurate, so. But no normal person is more close to what you would say in English, so it doesn't make a difference, right? So no normal person would know that stuff. No normal person would know. Yeah, we'll go with that. Would know. How about you, Kagami? Yeah. She's saying like I don't have anything to do with this, with like an assertion that like that's obvious. Like obviously I don't have anything to do with this, right? So what do I have to do with this? It's good. Quite a lot, in fact. Market research time. Now answer honestly. Yeah, so it's like I know about it, but with you, you know, going on about this and that, right? With you going on about all sorts of stuff, it was inevitable. Or like I. So yeah, kind of hard not to know what with you always blabbering on about who knows what. Okay, we'll just add the double space. Okay, I think we can get away with not having that comma, but oh, Nechan instead of sis. But Nechan, you have lots of novels with maids in them. Or rather, it's like the novels that you have lots of maids in them, right? But Onechan, you have novels. I think you would say like some of your novels have lots of maids in them. What is this music? John, some of your levels have lots of maids in them. I think we'll have it like this. Yeah. No, I don't. I was borrowing those from Konata. Although it's not, I was borrowing those from Konata. Those are the ones. I borrowed those from Konata. So tense is more correct, more correct grammar. I'd love Misao in a maid outfit. Sure you would. I don't know if I've actually seen such art. I'm sure it exists, right? I mean, I think I've seen Misao. Wasn't there Misao like in a Marisa from like Toho outfit, which would make that's kind of like maid like, so I think that would count. It does. You've seen several. Oh, I was borrowing those from Konitsu. Bet you were the one who picked them out. Haha, what great taste you have. I mean, she's literally saying like, you have, ooh, yeah, yeah, you got great hobbies. Like, hobbies is like a word that's probably interest. They have great interests, right? You know, what great taste you have. Alright, so now we're finally out of the choices. Put all the characters in maid outfits. I mean, we kind of... They kind of get close to doing that kind of in Moe Drill 1, but they don't have every character in a maid outfit. Do they have a maid outfit? I think they have a maid outfit for every character though in Moe Drill 1. You can unlock it. But Misao is not a playable character in Moe Drill 1. In fact, Misao is like... Is that true? Is Misao the only character in Moe Drill 1 that like gets dialogue, but you can't play as her? Is that no, you can't play as like Dejiko or the Digi-Carrot characters. Yeah, so that's not true, but she might be the only Lucky Star character that appears in Moe Drill 1 that you cannot play as. Like, that gets dialogue, because Ayano shows up in like one CG, but a CG, it's not even in the game, right? It's unlockable. Maybe in Moe Drill 2, yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure she would have an outfit in Moe Drill 2 that might be a maid one. That sounds possible. I only care about Patty, and she even gets a maid outfit in the anime. It's Misao over. Okay, so could I think I'm gonna have could you introduce them to me? Oh wait. What is this line? This is a line from later in the game. Oh my gosh! Don't tell me there's multiple versions of this line, cause like then I can get really confused. Okay, no. Could you introduce them to me? Like this, can you, could you, could you seems a little bit more polite. I don't know, it's like a 6 of one, half dozen of the other kind of thing, but I feel it. Yeah, so this kid's my cousin, Yuchan. The other 3 are her classmates. The other 3 are, you know, people in the same class as her. So this kid's my cousin, Yuchan. The other 3 are her classmates. Now we could go year one class D. I feel like that's actually what people say. If you were to say it like that, like you're in year 1, not you're a. Yeah, I feel like that might be more accurate, right? Like especially if you're saying it like this, where you're just like saying like I'm this person, year 1 class D. Yeah, you might say you're a first year or a second year student, but you're not gonna say like year first year class D. You might say like year 1 class D. Pleased to meet you. No, I had the dots in the opposite. I don't know why I did that. Because yeah, because she even pauses at the beginning of the line, right? So this is an interesting thing, right? Because like because the game even I do wonder about that though. So the even in the Japanese, right? Like every character gets their first and last name written out, but like Patty doesn't get like Patricia Martin. She just gets Patty. And I wonder, I think the reason why they might have done that is because Patricia Martin just takes up too much space and they couldn't fit it in there. So, you know, yeah, I think I had just made the decision to just keep it Patty. Because that's what it is in the Japanese. Even though technically we could fit Patricia Martin. It kind of gives Patty like this different vibe. Like Patty's treated like a different character. Patty's treated differently from the rest. So, and Patty definitely is treated like a kind of outlier character, so that's fine. Patricia Martin told us. Patty told you kudasai. Please call me Patty. So I think we won't worry about that. Hiyori Tam? Now she just says Hirisu like the Sue, but you know. Hiyori's one of those characters I deliberately try to give some. Patty always tells you to refer to herself as Patty when she introduces herself, yeah. Hiyori Tam right here, pleased to meet you. Yeah, Hiyori's a character I know like I try to put like some extra personality because she does kind of speak in a way that's a little hard to describe it, but she's somebody who is trying to like speak with like a little bit of flair in what she says, so you know that's why it's instead of she is literally just saying I am Hiyori Tamura, right? But you know, give her some flair. Kochira koso, you know, same to all of you, like, you know, I, you know, say the same. Hanashi o tomete gomen ne. Sorry for interrupting the conversation. So maybe instead of back to what we need help with, let's... I'll have the no there. Back to what we need help with. It's not really what she says. She's like, you know, she's just being like, there was something that, you know, we wanted to talk about. So it's like we did come to discuss something. Like she is like reiterating it, but you know, she doesn't say it that way so much. Because so far we don't actually know. I don't think they've said so far. Actually, I guess they had said it was something that she needed help. They need help with, but you know, it wasn't really this. It's still been just described up until now as like discuss. Right. So yeah, soda. It's like, you know, now that you mention it, you're right. You know. But you know, it's like, oh right, yeah. What was that again? No, this is not actually what was that again. It was like or it's like, what was it? What was it you needed again? Although that is weird, because like so far we haven't even said that it was something that they needed help with. Because she's saying nan no yo is like what sort of like errand or like task, right? But I think what was that again fits better, because so far we hadn't explicitly said it was something that they needed like help with, like for a task. Right now it's just a discussion, right? Now, choto iruyate is like there's just a lot of things, but I know contextually that it's that they're having a lot of problems with the maid cafe. So we can go with that. But she's, yeah. Choto irui, we're having a lot of problems. We're kind of let me see. It's about the maid cafe. We're kind of having some problems. I think is a more natural way to say that. Oh, right. I was like, wait a minute, what? The computers? But it's because, again, different version of the scene. So, in a very different version of the scene, she'll say, really, it's about the computers, or really, it's the computers. Really, it's about the costumes. We couldn't find anything good. Now, Daro ne is that so much. It's more like, you know, like I know right, but not I know right as like a question, but more like a It's like I'm sure it is, like I'm sure it has been a problem, right? And be like, I hear you. I hear you. Hello, pretzel dude. I don't remember seeing you before, but maybe I have. The profile picture seems somewhat familiar, but I'm not sure about the name. But either way, great to see you. Welcome. Hear you. The cosplay cafe has that same struggle whenever there's an event. Uchi no mise mo ibento no tabi ni kurou shiteru mon. Yeah, the cosplay has the same struggle whenever there's an event. So it's like, you know, I think we could... Yeah, would we be able to rent outfits from your workplace, from Senpai's workplace, right? I'm in the Discord with the same profile picture. Ah. So yeah, I think we could rent some costumes from there. It's good. Alright, see you, Copuel. Thanks for coming out. I'm not sure how much longer I'll go on myself. I don't think we're getting nearly as far as I thought, but we're still making good progress. Patty wa taronde nakatta no? Did you not ask Patty? You know, because Patty also works there, right? Now she's actually saying I'm different, like it's different from me, Konata, but she's actually saying more like I'm different from Konata in that higa mada asai. Kara muri ne. That's a very interesting way. Mada asai. She's saying that she's still very new, but like is that like that must be some sort of saying, right? I'm surprised I never really thought much about that. Mada asai. Yeah, because she's saying like the days are still like shallow. They're still like I still haven't basically racked up that many days at working there, right? So I cannot, right? So it is booty, right? It's different from me, kind of. So yeah, I do change it, but like it's because she's saying I'm different from Konata, but this is like a Japanese thing where it's like she talks about Konata in third person or something. I haven't worked there for as long, so I can't. I think we reached the end of the soundtrack. So what now for music? I do not actually... I didn't really expect to go this long, even still, like, so it's like... we'll just do this. Is this what... I think I've played this one before, maybe? It's like the... Do I really want to play Fruity Gear Arrow, though? I guess it is chill in some ways, but like... You know, we're not doing that. Okay, this is a really long video, but... This is like 7 hours. So we're not getting through that, but... We're gonna do Mother 3 soundtrack, how about that? Should be relatively chill. Soka, naruhodo ne. Oh, I see. Well, that's alright then. You know, if it's that much, like, to that extent, I might be able to do something. Make that work. Be able to swing that. It's fine. Of course, it's better if it's free, right? Yep. Again, we're in a good streak right now, so most of this should be fine. can you? You know, the thing with Mother 3 is so this is actually like some deep lore about my channel that I don't think anybody here is gonna know, because you would have had to been around like in the early days of Rogaku no Tosai and like looked at my channel back then. Was that I had a Mother 3 playthrough on my channel. Like, that was the very first thing I actually did on my YouTube channel. It was like almost 10 years ago at this point. I made a Mother 3 text commentary playthrough. And yeah, so I do remember Mother 3. It was pretty good. And so yeah, I don't know. Does anybody remember that? Probably not. But you would have had to dig in my channel like way back then, because I've unlisted it since then. But yeah. But I was recently playing Mother 3 again on the Switch. Like, on Switch they have Mother 3, but it's in Japanese only. And it was kind of interesting because I was like, Mother 3, like, Japanese is generally not that hard. So I remember thinking that, oh yeah, Mother 3 is like this hard game to translate, right? Because like there's all this, it's all this like desire to have it localized, right, officially, right? So I was always like, this must be some like really hard game to translate. And it's like there's definitely some parts that are tricky about it, but like the Japanese in Mother 3 is actually pretty simple for the most part. So it was kind of a surprising thing for me to think, because I had always been under the impression like, oh, it must be some really hard game to translate. But yeah. Again, some parts are. If you've ever read like Clyde Mandellan's blog posts about translating Mother 3 and his book about it, like, yeah, there definitely are some parts that were not easy, but the overall language was simpler than I'd expected. Anyway. Yeah, I brought some outfits for the play, so if those will work, fine by me. Now, of course, it's funny she says that she had brought the outfits for the play, knowing that the play is about fate. She knows that the play is about fate, so she brings costumes that have nothing to do with fate, as you'll see. You know, Geki only. I mean, I guess she doesn't necessarily say it's for the play, but it's like there are costumes that are for. Let me want to make sure that I'm not misrepresenting it, because she does say like they're kind of like for. I wonder why it's not localized. Well, Mother 3 not being officially localized is a question that's more about the content of the game rather than it being easy to translate. Because, I mean, yeah. Mother 3 is a game that is kind of complicated to translate. Not to translate, but to localize. Because Mother 3 is probably like, would get like an M rating if it came out. And if it were to come out like as is, it would probably have to be rated like M. And I don't know if they'd want to do that. So yeah. I feel like you don't know anything about it, yeah. It's kind of a niche thing, right? Yeah, you have to be in the specific niche of like Nintendo fan that knows about Mother 3 and like knows more than like the surface level about it. So yeah. It is kind of also something that isn't really talked about that much these days. So that was kind of more like 10 years ago was when people were really talking about Mother 3. Even older than that, like Mother 3 was more like a 2010 kind of thing where people were really talking about translating it. I don't know. The patch came out in like 2008, didn't it, for Mother 3? But you know, it was like in the 3DS and the Wii U era where there was still like people being like, translate Mother 3, Nintendo. So Yeah, that says that a lot of people. Mother Lucas and Smash. Yeah. That seems to be like a lot of people's only knowledge about Mother 3. It's a very good game though, so I could highly recommend it. But I wouldn't necessarily count on it ever getting officially translated. I don't know. I guess that's sort of a always complicated question. Mother 3 simultaneously feels like a game that is inevitable to come out in English, but also feels like a game that like they'll never do it. It's like both at the same time. It's like neither would be very surprising. Because Mother 3 is... If you're in that circle, you know that Mother 3 is like highly one of the most asked games of Nintendo to translate. All I know of Mother 3 is Monkey Delivery Service. It's a pretty good song. Okay, so I think she says for the play. I brought some outfits for use in plays. But why would she bring them if they were not for you? Like they're for the play, right? So again, I don't really know. I guess she just brought extra costumes. Weird that they would only localize one game from the series, and it's not even the first one. Well, they did localize the first Mother 1 eventually, but it was kind of like they had already localized it. They just didn't release it, and so like in 2015 they decided like, okay, we'll just release it. We'll just release it, and then they did. So, but Mother 3, they never, as far as we know, they never actually translated it officially. I don't know. I think Reggie made a book, Reggie Fils-Aimé, from, previous NOA, Nintendo of America president. I think he made a book recently where he was like, in this book I tell you why Mother 3 wasn't localized or something. But last I had ever heard about Mother 3 was like maybe about a couple of years ago. They did actually like go like, okay, we're gonna consider actually translating Mother 3 officially. But then they kind of realized that they would have to maybe change more than like they seemed to be concerned about like the idea that if they like did it wrong, then people would be really upset, right? So it's like they would want to change things, but then they realized that they can't get away with changing anything because people would not like it, right? I don't know. That's completely me just talking about what I vaguely remember reading somewhere one time, right? So don't trust me as being a reliable piece of information for Mother 3. Okay, well anyway. So I think for the play is fine, even though I think it might be sort of more like for use in plays. But there's no other play that, why would she bring them if not for the play, even though that doesn't, again, they're not fake costumes, but I don't know. That's the reason you saved us big time. Fan translations don't, yeah, they don't have to worry about like, yeah. They don't have to worry about changing things because they might be like, they want to like make it less offensive or something, right? Translations will just usually they'll just keep things as they are, right? Well then let's have you try them on right away. How do I look? The NH-on should be capitalized and have the dash in it. See, these are like Minatsu Amakase from the Cop 2, and then Rei Ayanami from Evangelion. It's like, why does she have those? For a Fate play, but I don't know. Again, I don't know why I had the dot 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 there, because it's like, it's obviously that she's like hesitant to say anything, but somehow for some reason I did it that way. Yeah, like, it looks great on you, right? You two look awesome. Iki utsushi mitai desu yo. Pretty sure that is like spitting image, right? Like you're like a living photo of them. I'm pretty sure is what that word means, right? Sanity check 102276. She probably just wanted them to cosplay. That is possible. That wouldn't surprise me. That is a Konta thing, right? She just brought them. Where's that? 2276. Yeah, it's possible she just did that. It's like, this is my chance to get all my friends to dress up in cosplay. Yeah, it's like, yeah, life, like exact resemblance, yeah. You really do. Like, this is the best, right? But, you know, hell yeah is more... I mean, people don't say in English, like, this is the best in this kind of context, right? And again, the Hiyori flair kind of idea. Hiyori is one of the characters I translate as being a little more irreverent. Teka, 衣装用意って言ってたのに、田村さんは着ないんだ。So wait, because he doesn't say you went with them to put on costumes, but you're not wearing one. It's like, it's kind of like you were the one to Yoi being prepare, right? Yeah, it wasn't that you went to go put on costumes, but it was like, it's more like you were the one that like brought up like getting costumes. Like you were the one who brought up the fact that they needed to get costumes. So let me see, like you're the one who brought up the costumes, but you're not wearing one. You're the one who brought up costumes, but you're not wearing one. It does kind of feel like it makes more sense to have her be like, you're the one who you went with them, but like we don't know if she went with them to put on costumes. But also it's like, you know, I don't know. I guess it could be that, like, you know, she didn't go to put on costumes and he didn't really think to say anything about it until just now, right? So one of the ways was Tamura-san, you're the one who brought up costumes, but you're not wearing. You're the one who brought up costumes, but you're not wearing one. So it's like when it comes to these things, I'm on the watching side, right? Like, you know, it's because with these things I'm on the watching side. Like I prefer, yeah. When it comes to this, I prefer to watch, right? Nanka hazukashii na. Now she says watashi mo, right? But like, yeah, agreed is fine, but again. Let's do that. Yeah, that. Yeah, it's like you're doing good. Dude, that embarrassment's really raising your score. It's like it's that embarrassment. You know, it's kind of like with that embarrassment, your score is, you know, your points are really high, right? But you know, yeah, that embarrassment's really raising your score is good. Nice Moe. So reference technically to nice boat, I think, but I mean also like people just say nice whatever. But I think it's meant to be a reference to nice boat. But they also make reference to nice boat like directly, I think, later on in the game. So no, we're good. It's like, really? I'm a bit happy. That makes me feel a little better, right? Now this is a quote from Evangelion. So Rei at some point, actually, does Rei say this? I think she does. I have to admit I haven't really watched Evangelion, so I don't know, but I know it is. I know I had found this clip where they say this, right? I forget whether it's like it's either she says this or Shinji says this. But either way, right? Yeah, this line is as it is because like this is literally what they say in the translation. I guess there is multiple translations of Evangelion, but whatever translation I had found, this is what how they worded it. Because I mean, literally, she's saying like, in a time like this, I'm unsure what sort of face to make, basically. But again, generally when they quote something, I try to take an official translation and just literally quote it. Oh wait, no. Yeah, it might also not be in Eva it might be in like one of the many different like Evangelion pieces of media. Like I don't know if it's in like strictly the main Eva. I don't even know. I have no clue where in Eva this actually specifically is. No, Rei definitely says this because this is what Shinji says in response. Because he says, I mean, yeah, this is literally like, I think it'd be good if you smiled, basically. But I'm pretty sure, yeah, the translation of it did, why don't you just try smiling? Yeah. Minami-chan, that was just like her. Or it's like you've really like Minami-chan, you've totally become like her, basically. But you know, you were just like I was just like her is good, right? Now this was one. I'll have to decide whether I want to do this still. Because what he's really saying is like they're really like a spitting it, like they really are just like them, like it's like they really are like impressively just like them, basically. He doesn't say like Minatsu and Rei at all, and I think I did this because I was doing it because I had gotten a lot of people asking who Utica was. Like, they didn't know what Utica was dressed as. Like, people, like, Rei, like, Evangelion is, like, people know what that is, right? But the capo the cap the capo however you, the capo 2 is not as well known, right? So do I want to keep the line having like a hint to the viewer? I think I'm going to say that we will keep it, because it doesn't really hurt it to have it this way, and it does help people, like, it does help give people the bone to like help figure out who these characters are. Now, again, this is a grammatical thing, but technically, I think sound effects like swoon or whatever are not capitalized, and then when the actual start of the sentence is where you capitalize, so. Seeing this, my desire. こんなの見せられたら, so when I see such a thing as this. Oh, the Batman song. That's another thing people said about Mother 3 is it's like, oh, the game references too many songs, so they can't put it in English because of that. But it always makes me wonder, it's like, well then they could still, but they can release the game in Japan, and Japan would still have to deal with the fact that those are songs that sound just like other songs, but I never understood that thinking, but some people have said that, like the music in Mother 3 is why they can't localize it. But I don't know. Since my desire to create is welling up within me, it's welling up inside me. I guess we want the dot dot dots instead of the exclamation mark. How does it sound? Yeah, we'll go with that. So this is an interesting, you know, I think, yeah, I'm not sure if I fix this in the episode 1 patch or but whatever, but, you know, I know in the video series I had gotten this wrong, and it's, you know, meant to be like a foreshadowing for episode 2. Does this fit if I get the more, there we go, yeah, that's fine. See, now we've got to do a dojin booth instead. That'd be so much more fun. What do I call it? Dojinshi Sokubaikai. For some reason, I'm trying to remember if like I translated that differently, because in episode 2... 2290, okay. Dojin. A cosplay and doujinshi sale event. Although this is more about, this is a different thing. Doujinshi sale. Doujinshi sale. Yeah. Dojinshi sale is what I've been calling it later on in the translation, so. So now we gotta like figure out how to do this line-wise. Obviously now we've gotta do a Dojinshi sale instead. That'd be so much more fun. Yeah, Dojinshi sale. Instead, let's see. That'd be so much more fun. I absolutely feel the same way. Why won't the school understand Moe? Yeah, so I think it's already... Well, it's already impossible, I think, right? So I think it's too late to change it. Contextually, given the story, it makes sense to say that. Because we later get to figure out, you know, like... that it was, like, that they don't have... There's no more time to, like, change the events anymore. And it's really only a small group of people who'd enjoy that. Why is there a space there? There we go. Yeah, we'll make it work somehow. Hiyori being such a... Exaggerating, right? She's a minority. I mean, just like human rights for the minorities too. It's just human rights too. Yeah, people's Shumi. Yeah, what is it? Hiyori getting political? I don't think it was meant to be political though. It just kind of has that funny like wording where it kind of comes off that way in English. Yeah, preferences. Shiko. Shumi Yashiko, like hobbies and preferences. Sabetsu sarenai sekai o watashi wo suyoku kibou suru su. It's like I strongly hope, or I desperately hope, for a world where nobody discriminates. Or I strongly hope for a world where there is a world that does not Saturday night, yeah. Yeah, a world that does not discriminate based on. I mean, it's base theory. Hey, Gibstan. Do you think the Lucky Star cast could succeed if they were placed in the story of Mother 3? Well, I don't really know because it's a very different kind of very different worlds, right? Mother 3 is a world I don't think most characters could survive because like Mother 3 is a very the world of Mother 3 is very disconnected from like culture, right? It's very like the Nowhere Islands don't have any real like culture other than like the people themselves that live there. So they wouldn't have their, you know what, they would get all obsessed with like the happy TV. Yeah, they'd be so susceptible to the happy boxes or whatever they called it. The TVs. If you know the story Mother 3 where they add the TVs to where the Pig Mask Army like gives the Tazmali village the TVs, right? Like Konata would just be watching the TVs all day, so she wouldn't succeed. She'd get totally swept up in the Pig Mask Army's like propaganda, right? And if any character that's into Moe or any of that stuff, they would all get completely sucked into that. Again, what's with me not having the dots? Well, it's not let's head back, but it's more like sort we gotta head back. But you know, basically the same idea. We have to start preparing. I'm so oppressed. Now, Setsu nice too. Just, I think that might be a bit of exaggeration on my part, but I thought it was funny. Like it's oppressive, right? Is what she's saying. Like it's miserable. Like I'm miserable. But I think I liked that. I'm so oppressed. It's funny. That is what she says, but it's like it's a bit of a played up slightly. However, I won't be defeated. Alright, remember MH-on's gotta be capitalized whenever referred. Yeah, and then dash. See you later, Onichan. Thanks so much. Donjinshi sale at the school festival, huh? Yono Gyoga Dukai na. Now Gyoga Kai. Let's make sure that's not. Gyogakukai. Oh, okay. Or Gogokukai. Past redemption sinful. What? Now this is a. I must have misunderstood what Gogakukai is. Gogakukai. Hiyori is also Gogakukai. But it's telling... I must have missed that fact that it was meant to mean sinful. Or something like that. Like, what is that supposed to mean? It's not that she's oppressed, then, is it? Or does it? Maybe under a certain interpretation. Let's see what Google Translate thinks about it. Always gotta wonder about that. Now it wants to say Hyorin has a dark side too, right? You know. That kind of makes sense, right? But is it really a surprise for Konata to know that Hiyori's a little messed up? That she's a Hujoshi? Sounds like Hyorin's... It's not oppressed, but it's more like... Again, she's focusing on the idea, it's like... Hiyori's got like that sort of like... rotten... You know, she's kind of rotten in the sort of Hujoshi kind of sense, right? Because she wants to sell dojin at a school festival. Let's see, maybe in the next line gives me more context that helps me do that. It's like, don't say that. Anyway, what do we do now, right? So yeah, I thought it was Hyorin's oppressed. I don't know why I thought that. I guess because like her work runs deep or something. That's maybe what I more literally interpreted. I mean, you could just go with what Google said. Do I want to do that? Let's think about it. Sounds like Hyorin's got a dark side too. I mean, I guess that works, right? Can't really think of a better way to say that. No, it's not even don't even go there. It's just like don't say that. It's like, don't be saying that. Or Antaga Yuna, is it? Or is it more meant to just be like shut up kind of vibes? Think about it. Yeah. It feels like they might have slight vibes of like you're one to talk kind of vibes, but I don't really know why that would make sense because she already says that like Hyorin's also got a dark like you know. Unless it's Hyorin's also got a dark side, as in like, you know, like there's another side to Hiyori. But it doesn't. It seems like Konata should already know that about Hiyori, though. Because it's like, don't you be saying that, as in like, you know, you don't get to say that, like. So I guess it is your one to talk. Anyway, what should we do now? Yeah, I think that's what we're going with. Can we go to the convenience store? I'm so hungry. It's good. Guess that can't be helped. Now this is more like, everyone? You want to come with us? Like, how about everyone else? Maybe I want to keep that actually. How about you guys? Do you want to come with us? That's obviously probably going to need 2 lines though. Especially when I add the extra space there. Oh, actually it does fit. But maybe it would work better as, we'll see. Does it work better as 3 lines or as 2? I think it actually works probably better as 2 lines, so we'll do that. I'll go and check out the magazines. Alright, yeah, that's good. And then he like literally just says like, in that case I also, right, will count me in too. I've gotten pretty thirsty. As usual, right? This guy's always about those drinks. Yeah, like let's go now before it gets late. I mean, she just says like let's go while we still can before it is late, right? But yeah, it's the idea. So it's like so after that, I think I have the inso son konna like in that way, or inso. We went to the convenience store. 適当に買い物をして解散した to buy our, like we bought like, you know, the thing, like the appropriate things, right? In which they mean like buy the things that like make sense given why we came to the store, right? Buy our respective things, then we parted ways. No, this is not, I don't know if it's, it is kind of like, did I make friends? Like, you know? I guess it's more like, I guess I've made friends? Yeah, because it's obviously like he knows that he's made friends. It's just more like he's looking back on the day when he was unsure about whether he'd make any friends. And it's like, well, I guess I've made friends, right? 朝に感じていた不安はもうない。今はただ明日が持ち遠しかった。The uneasiness from this morning was gone. Now I eagerly await what tomorrow will bring. I eagerly awaited. What tomorrow will bring. What tomorrow would bring, right? If it's past tense. Because he is talking in past tense here. But it probably is because it wouldn't fit, right? Or it does. Ooh, man. Well, you know, I did say this would be a shorter stream, and I did hope we would get through this faster, but I guess where are we at on time, right? You know, about 3 hours, and probably about 3 hours of actually doing stuff. So 3 hours to get through this scene is not terrible, you know. But yeah. You know, I think we will consider this to be the end of the stream, because otherwise we could just keep going on, and like I really need to like not go too late today, because as I said, I'm a little tired, perhaps a bit sick as well, so probably should just take it easy. Take it easy, you know. So yeah, thanks guys for coming out. I don't know when the next stream will be. Certainly at this point, I really do think I'm going to probably, next time I do another work stream, I will not be here. I probably will be further along, because I am hoping to like really try to make some more progress. So you'll probably find me doing some off stream, but yeah. Again, thanks everybody. I'm not, you know, there's a whole bunch of different time zones here, but you know, if it's late like me, if it's at night as it is for me, right? Yeah, have a good night for the rest of you guys, and have a good weekend, right? You know, it's Friday night, so weekend's ahead of us. And yeah, I'll see you guys.